Hey Siri, are Goten and Trunks prodigies?
Okay, I found this on the web for our Goten and Trunks prodigies. Check it out.
Nah, I'm good. I'll just do the video. What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Tsunami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Today's video is going to be about prodigies, prodigal warriors, gifted warriors. What is the category? We're going to be doing a review of the category right now, and we're going to go over and see if there's any units that they missed or any units that should not be there. So, let's jump in and take a look. By the way, reminder, this banner containing the Goten and Trunks is going to be dropping in a couple of days, and the banner has changed significantly for the better for Global. Instead of the physical Otherworld Warriors lead Frieza, we are getting Int Market coming back for the first time on Global. So, it is a big deal. Also, this banner has leaked in terms of what it's going to be like. It's going to be a step-up banner. It's going to have a guaranteed featured SSR pull at the end of the step-up cycle. So it is highly advised that some of you summon because you're going to be getting some bang for your buck. It's not about whether or not you're going to be guaranteed the unit that you want. It's more about the value that you get on your stones. It's not every day that you get to do a sequence of multis that ultimately leads to a guaranteed featured SSR. So for those of you who are free to play, low to play, I strongly advise you consider summoning. If you don't, I understand. I'm not going to say you should summon yet because the 6-year anniversary is right around the corner, and that is obviously going to be much bigger. But like I said, bang for your buck. So we're not going to keep talking about that for too long. Let's talk about the Gifted Warriors category. I believe in JP it's called Prodigal Warriors. And according to the Dokkan Wiki, which is their people in the Dokkan Wiki, they're contributors to the Dokkan community, they try to do their best to rationalize whatever is consistent in the category. Consists of warriors who can be considered prodigies. The wording of this helps justify certain omissions from this category. So I took a little glance over this category before I recorded the video, just to see if I agree or disagree. And for the most part, I can pretty much agree with this. There is one unit that I have a question about. You might be able to figure out who it is, but that just might be because I don't remember certain lines from the anime or the manga or the show or whatever that dictates as such. So, warriors that are considered to be prodigies, Goten and Trunks definitely were. That was one of the main selling points behind the fact that they were able to develop so fast, reach a form that took other characters in the show, a million years to achieve. And then, of course, when they go Super Saiyan 3, it just speaks to the fact that they are prodigal warriors that are just very gifted. So Goten and Trunks makes total sense. Makes sense that they are obviously the leads for this. Vegeta actually took me a second to figure out why. And it actually stems back to the history of the Saiyans. Vegeta is considered a prodigy because early on King Vegeta, or on Planet Vegeta, he was considered to be gifted because he was just so much more abled than all the other Saiyan warriors in his class. So what I also did in this video is I asked Google a bunch of questions. So if you guys don't believe me, or if you guys don't accept the answer, well, you know what? You know that Google is obviously the be-all, end-all. Google knows all. So I asked many times over, is blank a prodigy? Vegeta was a prodigy among the Saiyans. Compare his natural talents to Goku. Goku needed 3 years of mentorship from God. This is actually a good point. This wasn't going to be my selling point, but this is actually a nice reminder since I'm a Vegeta stan. So, shout out to Team Vegeta. Goku needed 3 years of mentorship from God in order to master control over his ki and learn how to sense the ki of others. Vegeta didn't. Also, this doesn't quite fit canonically, I guess. The ritual was given to Goku to go God. Vegeta, you didn't use any ritual. So, yeah, just a reminder. So, Vegeta is considered a prodigy. Whether or not he is one, I guess, so this is where the wording comes in. Whether or not he is an actual prodigy, doesn't matter. He was considered to be one. So that's why I use the logic of this stems back to Planet Vegeta, where early on he was exhibiting tremendous power, tremendous potential. That's why he's a prodigal warrior. So therefore, every iteration of Vegeta is here, from Super to GT to everything. So that's why you see all the Vegetas everywhere here. And that makes sense. It's fine. Now, here's another one that some of you may not understand or remember. Piccolo. Now, why is Piccolo here? The good version, the bad version. Why is Kami here? The reason why Kami and Piccolo are both here is because they were originally the Namek. And that Namek was a prodigy. So let's check Google. Google, is Piccolo a prodigy? Piccolo, usually called Piccolo or Kamikolo, blah, 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 blah. His original self, the nameless Namekian, was considered a prodigy amongst prodigies. The nameless Namek was a being of incredible power and potential, and then because of all the Dragon Ball shenanigans, you know, they split up, yada, yada, yada. But the point is, they are still two halves of the same coin. So that's why Piccolo and Kami, the evil versions of Piccolo, they are all here because they are all still part of the original form that was the nameless Namek. And I still wish that they had a unit called the Namek because that deserves to be here. But anyway, that explains why Piccolo is here. Let me know in the comments how many times I've said Piccolo up to this point. If you get it right, I will give you a hug. Alright, let's move on. Next one, Frieza. Frieza makes sense. If you want a more recent example as to why Frieza makes sense, consider the Resurrection F movie. In the Resurrection F movie, the entire premise for him reaching Laker form, because you know this is the Lakers, he went to the Staples Center and they were just like, hey, you want to take a jersey? Because we could use some backup. He was like, yeah! And then he put on the jersey and he went, oh! I think I'm high right now. So Frieza, why is Frieza a prodigal warrior? Well, in the Resurrection F movie, the entire basis for him reaching a new form, what? Frieza's got a new form! Is because he actually tried. He was never trying this entire time, but because of his incredible potential, of his incredible powers, he actually took time to train, and he trained for a month, giving him God form. So who even knows how far he would have gone had he kept going? So that pretty much justifies why Frieza is a prodigal warrior, if you want to use that most recent example. But in other terms, he was always a gifted fighter. And let's of course consult Google. Is Frieza a prodigy? In this story, Frieza is a prodigy with the ability to learn moves immediately after seeing them. Similar to the Majin... What? I don't remember that line. But whatever. It's on Google, so it's real. Frieza, Dragon Ball Wiki. Even among his family and the rest of his race, Frieza was a prodigy. There you go. Boom. Nailed it. So there's Frieza. Caulifla makes total sense. Caulifla was always regarded as a very gifted fighter on planet Sadala. And, of course, her growth during the Tournament of Power speaks to the same thing. What's interesting is that Kayla's not here. And the reason why Kayla's not here is because she was not considered to be a prodigy. Considered. So this does kind of... I'm not going to say that this category is clear-cut, because it's not. So in terms of definition, this is a garbage category, because this does not clearly define what a prodigal warrior is. We do have to take into account the fact that it is considered. So Caulifla was considered to be the prodigal warrior. Kale, as we learned later on, was ridiculously OP, but we never considered that. Also, you might be wondering why Son Goku is not here. He was not considered to be a prodigy. He was considered to be a low-class warrior with Saiyan powers who happened to be strong. But there was never that consideration like, oh my god, he has the potential to be the greatest warrior of all time. Could it be because of circumstance? Could it be because of his masters? Who knows? But I'm trying to justify why I'm not seeing Goku on the category. I would have thought, honestly, personally, I would have thought that Goku would have been a prodigal warrior, but according to this, he's not, and I'm trying to rationalize as to why. So hopefully that helps justify why he's not here. I still disagree with that. Broly is here because obviously we learned his immense capabilities during the movie. So Broly makes total sense. I don't need to say anything more about Broly. Let me go through the rest of my Google questions. Did I miss anything? Is Piccolo a prodigy? Is Goten a prodigy? Well, yeah. So I like how they use this picture. Thank you, Google. Is Trunks a prodigy? Yes, these two are prodigies. Is Oob a prodigy? I wanted to bring that up because I felt like maybe Oob was one, considering the fact that we knew exactly where he came from. He was the reincarnation of Kid Buu, and he trained with Goku in the hyperbolic time chamber, and he got incredibly strong. I would have thought that Oob would have been a prodigy of some kind. He was also highly regarded in his village, right? Not highly regarded, but he was like the champion of his village, who then went to the tournament to win the prize money for his village and family. I'm surprised there is no Oob here. I don't know if you guys agree with that one. Food for thought. Is Goku a prodigy? So yeah, this I googled it. There's a lot of debate about it, but some people say yeah. Dokkan says no. Okay. Is Zamasu a prodigy? So this is the one question that I really had. And maybe I just didn't remember this from the anime, or maybe it was just something in the manga that I don't recall. But Zamasu being a prodigy was not something that I was expecting. Like his alternate counterpart, future Zamasu is a fighting prodigy. And in between the time gap from his first encounter with Goku Black and the Project Zero Mortals conflict, this Zamasu's fighting ability increased significantly. I straight up don't even remember. I don't know if you guys knew that. I didn't remember it, so it is what it is. Zamasu is a prodigy. Sure. Is Kaiba a prodigy? I don't know why. I got bored. Is Goresh a prodigy? It says prodigy in the search results. Yep, he's a prodigy. Is Toon Ram? All right, so let's go back. So overall, this category, it makes sense why people are here. The overall consistency of the definition is a little bit eh. So as far as a category, does it properly categorize the units? I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. As far as the personnel on the category, it's basically a Vegeta. It's basically a Vegeta's category with some Frieza and some Gotens mixed in. So, I mean, it's going to be a solid super team here and there. I don't particularly find... I mean, you can actually make some worthy rivals teams out of this. This is basically just worthy rivals and hybrid Saiyans. I don't know. As far as the category itself, I feel like this is on the lower end. I'm not going to say that this is really good. It's kind of average. It does have a robust extreme side, though, so that could be some interesting team building. But yeah, I'm not too hot on this category. But why do I bring all this up? Why is this video even here? Well, because the banner is going to be dropping in a couple of days. So maybe this can help you decide if you're going to be summoning or not. And also, you know, food for thought on this whole Prodigy thing. So guys, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. And let me know in the comments your thoughts on the Prodigy, the word Prodigy. Do you think Goku should have been a prodigal warrior? Do you think that Zamasu makes sense? Do you think Frieza makes sense? Did all of the justifications that we went over in the video make sense to you? Were there certain parts that you took exception to? Let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.